Hello everyone. Now we are going to continue with if clause, and today we are going to see if clause type 2 and 3. If clause type 2 or second conditional. So second conditional sentences include a simple tense verb in the if clause and a future tense verb in the main clause. In the if clause, simple tense verb, and in the main clause, future tense, and preceded by the auxiliary verb would. These sentences refer to things that would happen in the future if something else happens. We are going to see some examples. But let's see the form again. So if clause is in the past form, and then in the main clause would plus the bare infinitive or verb one for the result of the condition. Example, if I went to London, I would visit Trafalgar Square. So if I went, that's in past form in the if clause, and in the main clause, would visit, future tense in the past, would visit Trafalgar Square. Then, if I won the lottery, I could buy a new house. If I won the lottery, I could buy a new house. In the if clause, past tense, and then in the main clause is we can use also could. So I could buy a new house. And then if you had a phone, you could call me every day. So in the if clause, past tense, if you had is past tense, and you could call me every day. So in this case, using could call. And then if I was or were older, I might stay up all night long. Okay, but for I in this type 2 can use was or were, but were is more formal. So it is more formal to use were than was, or most commonly used than was. So if I were, that is most commonly used. Now we are going to see if clause type 3 or third conditional. Third conditional sentences have a past perfect verb. Okay, past perfect. Type 2 only past. Type 3 past perfect in the if clause, and have a past participle verb in the main clause. Have a past participle verb in the main clause, preceded by the auxiliary verbs would have, and then past participle or verb 3. Third conditional sentences describe a hypothetical situation or condition in the past that might have led to a different outcome in the present. Let's see the form. So if clause, in the if clause is in the past perfect, and in the main clause would have plus verb 3 or past participle of the verb for the hypothetical outcome or the main clause. Now let's see the examples. If I had been more prepared, that is past perfect, had been past perfect. If I had been more prepared. In the main clause, would have verb 3 or I would have passed the test. I would have passed the test. What is the truth? The truth is he or she was not prepared, and so he or she did not pass the test. So that is the truth of this sentence. If she had been there, if she had been there, past perfect tense, she could have helped you. Okay, so she could have helped you. So could have, and then verb 3, helped. She could have helped you. What is the truth of this sentence? The truth is she was not there. If she had been there, it means she was not there. And she could have helped you, it means she couldn't help you. Why? Because she was not there. Let's see another example. If I hadn't overslept, I wouldn't have been late for work. If I hadn't overslept, in the if clause, past perfect, had not or hadn't, I hadn't overslept. And then in the main clause, I wouldn't have been. So it's be becoming been, verb 3, late for work. All right, so that is verb. That is type 2 and 3, and we have seen some examples, and the meaning of the sentence for this one is I was late for school. I was late for work yesterday because I overslept. That is the truth of this sentence. Okay, that's all for today, everyone. That's the end of the lesson, and see you soon. Bye bye.